Amagala Mogo Daily Thetha on SABC 1. Ke South Africa gore twatši yona ya corona is here and the outbreak is quite a serious one. So remember to stay hygienic, do wash your hands and sanitize as much as you want. Nakalibizo ke na Nicolette wa Gamashile ngwana wa kwa Bushbuckridge Mapulaneng yena tshwereng lona leme la matsogo ke sesi Andisa wa Gebashe. Now articles published by the Mayo Clinic indicate that friendship plays a significant role in our overall health. In actual fact, adults and young people who have strong social bonds have a reduced risk of contracting diseases such as depression and high blood pressure. Now, it also plays a very significant role in your success. So, that you are succeeding, you're doing really, really well. Do you have who might not be having the same type of success?
Getting bingeleleke nambike emakhaya ugcwanile usibewuziza umuntu lo ngegama ubeletwa kaMia and futhi lamhlanje sikhuluma ngento ebalekile sikhuluma ngokuthi abangani nempumelelo kuyahambelana and kusebenzelana kanjani ohlambe khona la efika ibambeke khona phinde sisibuza ukuthi njoba sesikhula sibone abangani bethu baphumelela njawo ngoba mhlambe ngakunika u20 ukuthi ugibele uye ku-interview. Do you now owe me for that success? Today we get to understand that conversation phinde futhi sifunde kancane ukuthi thina njengabangani sabangani abanjani. Khumbuleke on social media unalithuba ukuthi ungene xoxa nathi on Twitter, on maybe Facebook, mhlambe umuntu othanda Instagram khuleka sisonke ukhumbuleke 011
339 1315. Melody, there's a saying that goes, if you don't understand the character of a man, look at his friends. What will your friends tell us about you?
Ukhuluma iqiniso, it depends what type of friends, because abafani nginabangani basesontweni nabangani engisebenza nabo
uyababox uyabacharacterize
yazi kuya ngani ukuthini ukuthi mina ama values aya futhi ngumuntu wabantu man ngena yonke indawo kube mnandi. So I think it also brings me back to answer your question ukuthi which friends should I be talking about?
Yeah, that's a good question, but maybe let's ask our studio guests.
So Utwami, I guess khulume kancane ngokuthi how do you define umngani this way nje? Like, what is a friend?
Umngane ngesimina.
Yeah.
Umuntu esiconnecta ngeininto. Esizwisisanayo entweni ethile ukuthi mangilento uhlupho oluthile eluzwisise ngcono. Uyumuntu ongaba yisupportive pillar mangikhuluma nawe. Manje yabona ifamily kwesinsikhathi isingangani yakunyatha into yabo ikhuluma but ke umngane loba kukuwe noma kukuhle nguyumuntu ke oba yisupportive pillar.
So ungasho ukuthi wena if umngane wakho akekho supportive akusumngane wakho?
Umngane vele umuntu ongayekeliyo kuba supportive.
So bekayeka kusasa umngane wakho?
Vele akakwenzi. That's why
no bekayeka akusumngane wakho na.
Akayeki umngane wakho.
Okay, ngizobuya kuwena a bit later in the show because isazofunda okuningi ngomngane. Machita, I mean, you're an artist. Sibusi mic ngapha. You're an artist and you have an amazing story ukukhuluma ngokuthi kunomngane wakho kusizile. Who are you and tell us your story?
Nagina Phineas Malemela ke tswa Limpopo Flop. Nagina piano artist. Go high wa itse ba tswadi ba bjang. Ba to botsa renya ka hore o tsene sekolo be le degree honors. So never san support ka music. So my friend here can nan support.
Oh, mpintsha yakho.
Yeah. Go twa mathomo until no. Nani ke dula Pretoria adula ka mo. So ke tlile ka mo re dula ka moka.
Sure.
And ke na be le connection ka mo. O khona o no mamotha re tsamare ka ke bone studio play ke so le so re khapane re ye re vterdi ropele. O need to find out re len ke motho le music.
Okay, think fake Putam. When in your understanding, what made you want to support this friend?
Okay, na ke na Solomon Mokwala kwa. Reason why ke nyakile go mothusha is because ke tseba gore o nyoko diranto like we nyaka serious go jwang and no sacre support from the parents from ko gae vele batswadi ba nyaka lo tshelo gore di tlo back up at last agere so ra tseba gore e ba jwang ba nyaka education first so swantse re o lebelle re motho o rata eng so ke mmono re o rata music le nna ka bona re ke ntse ke mthusha ka bona re le nna ka re ke nna mongwe wa musician so ra dira music ka moka So
Uyezwa Nicolette ukuthi abangani bayasizana, they believe in each other. I don't know, is it the same definition that side?
Ke rata topic ena Melody because nna go gae they taught me gore your sisters and your siblings and your cousins are your friends. But re botse rena ona le boikarabelo na ba go matlafatsa mogwetsi wa gago o re phumeza langa. It's not a responsibility to some extent, but it goes both ways. The friend must want to also positively grow in their life. However, it is important that as friends we don't impose our own personal definitions of success on each other. Quickly, Andile, if your friend does not think what you have achieved is success to them, do they still have a responsibility to congratulate you?
Igama Andile. So sis Nicolette mina ngicela ukuyiqala la lento ne. Asiqale ngento engayizwa ngo Bishop TD Jakes.
Yeah.
Bishop TD Jakes uthi kunenhlobo ezintathu zabangani. Ne. Uthi kuna abangani bokuqala who obabiza ngama confident. Akho kube ne category yesibili uthi ama constituents. Bese kuba abesithathu ababiza ngokuthi ama comrades.
I'll share ngama definition quickly.
Okay, so quickly mawubuka i-confidence ile nhlobo yomngani le i-ride or die. Yabona. So inhlobo yomngani understandayo i-vision about you.
And
so,
your constituent?
I-constituency ilomngani lo or about what you are about. So not about you
as what I'm about.
Yeah, as this is Nicolette, but what you are about.
A comrade?
I-comrade ilomngani lo ethi yazini anginandaba ukuthi ubani anginandaba ukuthi what you are about kodwa lento against yona nami against yona siwahlangana
Ibambe kanjalo because I know ukuthi uLungile has a confidant angithi. Yes. Awusitshele istory sakho sisiwami.
Lungile igama benginemngani wami igama lakhe nginentobeko vuma uhlale neLspread. So mina naye sihlangana esikoleni and then kwatholakala ukuthi mina anginanzawo yokuhlala sakhuluma sacoca satana sajwayelana sababosesi sathanzana and then makuphela lokho ke then mangikhuluma ngenzawo yokuhlala oba umuntu longinceda kakhulu ngoba wakhona ke ekhaya ukhuluma namakwakhe nababa wakhe nabhuti wakhe ukuthi bangiphe inzawo yokuhlala nami into khona ukuthi ngifulfill whatever dream nami lebengifisa ukuthi ngiyifulfill. So ngik-appreciate kakhulu ukuthi yena njengemngani beka khona lapha bebangangibaleli ngalutho even if bengihlala nabo bebangi-assista ngako konke kude ukuthi mhlawumbe nasengidle something efridgini then batothi bangikhulume behind my back or something. They were so very good to me and I really appreciate that.
Okay, and I think she said something very, very important, Melody. Ukuluma ukuthi they became sisters, and I think that's probably something that we don't look at is that sisterhood, that brotherhood that comes with friendship. Sometimes I don't have to like and agree with everything that you say just so that nesa ego yako because you are my friend, right? Sometimes I gotta call you out and say ayipetile lapha.
Cool. And futhi how do you know what relationship yakho nomngane wakho toxic? Was kanjani ukuthi ayisakulungelanga ngesikhathi sokuthi uphuma? Do you even know how to say mngani writing out? But as in Besbuya, we have a sociologist, if I'm not mistaken, and a psychologist who's going to be able to give us a bit of understanding mentally what goes in after the ad break.
Welcome back. Baba rutreleng ba re bogwera ba godisa e ba bile bo phidisa. So se re botsa le gone go gore wena na how do you treat your friendships? Do you treat them as a commodity? Do you treat them as a benefit? What exactly, how are you treating them? Are they a sisterhood, a brotherhood? What do you look for when you are looking for a friend? Are you looking for somebody that is similar to you or somebody that can teach you something different? Now we're joined on the couch by Kosi Gianni, who is our clinical psychologist, and Professor Edis Patswana, who is the African development and sociology expert, who are going to help us deliberate the psychological and the social benefits of bogwera. Ladies, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Thank you.
I think I want to go straight into it, Sis Kosi. What are the psychological benefits of bogwera?
Well, it's not actually always possible to differentiate the line between where psychology begins and sociology because umuntu is a biopsychosocial being. So okay. Biology, psychological, sociological, as a community, spiritual. So all those things, every person, Ubuntu is that. It's made up of zonkelezes into
So where does then friendship tap into? Why do we get studies saying itusa ka your overall health?
Because umuntu umuntu ngabantu. So we are never, as human beings, I see like animals that are meant to be on their own. That is why even at birth, what makes us mammals, is because we live with our parents, abazali, and our family of origin. That's what shapes us ukuthi sibe yilo muntu esiyiyo.
Ngicela ukufaka kancane mina ngazi ukuthi wena professor ukuthi when you look at our settings, is it wrong for me to say I want abangani who are hardworking, abahlala ema-suburbs ukudlula abahlala elokushini? Because society kind of dictates ukuthi thina sibona kanjani umngani according to standards.
Akithoma ka gore segwera which is friendship. It's a good marker of social competence.
Okay.
It's a good marker of social competence, and it's good for your health, for your happiness, for your well-being, your general well-being. And as we grow, our priorities changes. Everyone. And then old bonds are broken sometimes as we grow. And as we grow, sometimes our relationships are, or our friendships are intentional. And then Professor Gray four typologies of friendship, and a very simple or some it's a must. Friendship it's a must, a trust, a rust, and a just relationships. And with the must, for better for worse. And then the trust relationship, integrity, and always comfortable over. And then the rust relationship, but it's not and then the just friendship, the just friends. No hengang libona gore dilo di ka no diega wa tlhoka le bothata abana bothata mo philong. So that's why ke sanjo be intentional o tsebe gore na batho ba o ba bitsa mo philong ba ka ke di must tsa ga gona and o tlo sepla le bona jwang.
I just wanted to do a follow-up, sorry. And I think you've mentioned so many crucial points, but at what age as a muntu omusha do I be able to pick ukuthi I sokoma season now or because we find ukuthi asakwazi ukuseparate because of social settings.
Yeah, a re gopoleng gape gore yona ntho re bitsang gore ke success. Sama thome ina le historical social and cultural context is based on dilo tse jwalo ke ka gore for instance go ne batho ba bangwe ba dirile dilo Einstein I think it took him about 10 years gore atla a recognize go ne le batho ba dira dilo tse le important mo bophelong wena o ka re go di lebeletse kana go wa go tsela o ka re a di botlhokwa di monagale as success akere. So and then gore o tlo khona go tseba a se a gona age e o ka reng o ka re ke na ke 20 jwalo santse ke tsamaye le batho ba so batho ba bang ba gola ka pela by 20 they are already matured and ba tseba ntho ba inyaka mo philo and ba intentional about o ka re le ngwana 24 years a le thomiaka at 24 nna ke le bokae ke le over 40 you understand a khona go ba mogotsi wa ka because go na le dilo tse le gore intentional ka tsona gore a gwerane le nna. So that's why ke re ngwaga ka se bi ngwaga o itseng gore ke ngwaga o jwa
wa bona. I think even go ga re ban shebile I think ba bona gore ke na le confusion nyana lona la latlhega nna ke na le go latlhega nyana. Maybe we start a conversation in the middle. Maybe because let's quickly go back gore re botsisa gore na really what is a friend and at what point do you have the capacity go dikgetela mogotsi? Can parents step in and be able to choose friends for you?
Look, a friend is a fellow traveler, ultimately. In some form or other. You know, by whatever situations it is in Hlanganisai. Obviously, as a child, where you go, it tends, abazali bako tend to be there.
Yes.
And our friendships start where our lives start. In our immediate social circle, right? And as Sikula, our social circle expands, and therefore we have a wider choice from which to choose the people we regard as friends. And we are always in flux as people, in and out, ebb and flow like the ocean. So sometimes something, my pela leonto, we move into different directions. And wherever I feel myself as a person, okay, khona manje umsebenzi wami wesikole ngihlushwa maths, you know. So
I need to find the one who knows maths.
Yeah, so uzoba umngani wami because kuna something that I consciously have identified as a need for me. Khona manje important, you know. So sometimes friendships are also about our need to belong.
So now we live in a culture that also promotes individualism, right? And I know obviously umuntu ngabantu is more of an African way of life. Now when Mwana starts to mix with, you know, the different races, that thing of individualism. Do we identify a problem?
It can be.
Okay.
It depends. It is not one size fits all. It can be.
Okay.
As umzali, you want to observe umntwana wakho ukuthi ufila kanjani. There are people abama introverts.
Yes.
Which means they don't naturally an outward movement of socializing is not natural for them. Asifani singabantu, and you will find even amongst abantwana bakho they are not the same. Kukhona loads of endaweni net so.
Yes.
They just take over. They hold the room. Exactly. And then kuna lo who stands by and has to assess internally first. Ukuthi ngikuphi la, kwenzakalani, where is my space? Whereas another one uthi mangenile, that's my space. I take over the space. So as fun.
Iyangichaza le nkulumo because iyakhulisa man. Nakhona it makes us reflect. Just to take it to social media yethu nanga udumile uthi can I enjoy my success while my friends are suffering even though I know I could have helped them? Now at what point do I detach from Nkule now, Skule song, Nerika and all of a sudden I'm in a different page, Joban Kazili. At a different stage we separate. Do I still feel guilty?
Yes and no. It depends. Ukuthi nihlukane kanjani. As I was saying earlier on, in life sizohlukana. You know, sizohlangana sometimes. I lost my friend who was my best friend between standard 3 and standard 5. I reconnected with her. I talk to her now. She's in a different place, I'm in a different place, not by comparison. We are just, our lives have moved in different ways. But I've never forgotten her.
But in a stage where Instagram or Twitter and there's that social pressure now of comparison, yabazali futhi. Tiwangafana umngane wakho usiphiwe. Bheka, unemoto.
Professor, I think that's the most unfair thing that anybody can do to themselves and to each other.
And I can also say here, Gore, ending or terminating a relationship that is bad and toxic. It's an indicator of social saviness.
Okay.
You are socially savvy if you are able to. Because no one wants to be around people who make them frustrated, irritated, hurt after you have engaged with them. People will run away for different reasons. It should not be tied to success because somehow we put pressure on people who are successful, that like they should tolerate us even though they feel unhappy around us. I think it's a lot of pressure.
Cancel culture, Professor. And I think we've got a lot of cancel culture. Hey, I guess I'll cut you off.
People are disposable. It's not about being disposable. Like my kitchen piece, my pelu shugela. You just dispose of it.
You don't do that. It's very un-African also.
Yes.
Un-African.
But also, I think what's important is to always be awake in terms of who you associate with and why.
Yes.
That's not what a friend should be. Remember my goals. Wait, you know, not good is and allow each other. One thing that a loving friend will do is to know no is a loving answer.
And no is a loving
answer.
And
it's a full sentence. You know what I find very interesting? Sometimes you yourself are not ready for a friendship, and I think you need to be aware of that. We do have younger coming in and saying, friendship isn't deserved, it's something we give. It's something we value. When we think we deserve something, all the responsibility shifts from us to them, and instead of investing, we think, what is wrong with me? Friendship is moving from expecting into being a giver. It's daring to step out of the comfortable, even in the face of rejection. It's valuing of connection more than perfection. I even think sometimes friendship is more, it scares me more than like romantic relationships.
And if because I sahambi wethu hamba noma wakho nomkhulu wakho uthi nomfana lapha samfuni besibuya sikhuluma ngokuthini friends who win together after the break. Sakwamukela back to Daily Thetha la ku SABC 1 siqhubeka khona nenkulumo yethu talking about ubungani nempumelelo. In one sentence, does it go together or mhlambe kunenkinga emaphakathini? Phinde futhi we look into the industry of the mind. We look into ukuthi umuntu bokhule usicabanga kanjani. But something that's very special ukuthi I mean we bring into our couch Thomas Kumete, who is known as a Mahutman, guys who stood up and looked into the media industry from a TV directing aspect, from and you're like, how are they friends and successful together? What are we doing wrong as abantu abasha? Bro Thomas, ukran?
Ngikran njalo.
Ah, siyaphila.
Asashane izandla.
Ngicela ukuza melody something. Before ubuza uThomas any question. Ugrotbani mngani?
Mina I get depend ukuthi sikhuluma nabo bani.
Okay.
Get depend. Mara na Mahutman.
Yeah.
So teasing I mean for me now, I'll tell me the first most basic question is that your journey and the Pralungs was such a beautiful one. I mean, you guys, Sanbona, on screen and off screen, na bangan. And something that we normally think is true with other soapies and people, but Nina, it was real. Sanbona yonkindao. Walk me through it, bro.
Yes, besingiyabona bangani ngale yondlela masiqala forever young na yonke into. We more acquaintances, besijwayele emsebenzini, sijwayelene yangithola maybe emapatini kancane. But into esihlanganisile kakhulu, and I think you said maybe yini constituent friendship eqaleni constituent ukuthi besifuna into efanayo. So besifuna into efanayo, and that's what made us more become abangani to even such an extent to say ukuthi as in I can spend every day nalo muntu lo ngoba sifuna into efanayo, and that made our friendship stronger. So the way ngibona ngakhona, you can start out light, kube friendship light and grow noma ngaqala ngabangani ngempela and then do something like maybe a Big Nas, Mabo Danger and Mampincha. They were friends before Baba Abesul, and before they became successful. But it works both ways. As long as you have a common goal, I mean, I think you can achieve it.
So it's almost like a development that goes with you guys.
Wamele ngoba fanele iqale ngene nemali yinto ezotesta ke ubungani bangempela ke mase nifuna ukukhuluma ngesuccess ukuthi okay mangena imali kwenziwani omunye ufuna ukuya le omunye ufuna ukuyinvesta omunye ufuna ukuyidladlatha omunye ufuna ukuyiphuza. That's the real test ngoba kumnandi ukuba bangani mangekho imali. It's very easy kakhulu.
Anyone can do that.
Very easy. Ngaba ngani wami kusasa mangathi 50,000 la usisikhothe ngathi hey angazi ke ukuthi okay usenenwele ezintsha yini le mali yethu or really mali yingathi khona into.
And that's the question we wanted to ask. Ukubuza ukuthi now, but at what promises did you make? Yini umtshelelo ukuthi azinvest ngiyakuthembisa ukuthi kuthini once sahlanganisa sizophusha sohlala sonke, once sihlala sonke sizothenga imoto. I mean, what commitments did you make as abangani to each other?
I think thina sibe nenhlanhla yokuthi sicommit ngemali yethu kuqala.
Okay.
So that made it easy ukubonakala ukuthi okay when you serious ngalento serious ngalento. So when the money came back bese sinveste sonke. So it wasn't a matter yokuthi sibhejile kodwa sifakanga lutho, so mangena imali asazi usoyenzani. So it was easier to know ukuthi mayingena futhi we reinvested back into the same thing that brought us money.
So there was an equal footing when
equal footing when we started. No siyabonga ngwekazi nolungile khatu, we literally skiphe yonke imali besinayo saya phesheya sayishuthi forever young sabuya sayibhayisa.
Siskosi friendships and chelete?
Yo, that's a very tricky one. They can either make or break. They can strengthen or erode a friendship. Depending on how you navigate all those dynamics. You need to be conscious. Once kungeni mal, fane kube awake about what's going to happen with your friendship. And isn't ezinjalo are best discussed before imali figure. How do we deal with this? And if you need to write it down near maloyeni, have a contract, because otherwise it can destroy a friendship that has been there for 20 years and so on. It can go like this.
Very interesting. As my comment yesterday, mina ngabona friendship umzalo ngizalayo ukuthi umngane wakhe best friend 35 years yaphuma kanje indaba yemali. Kodwa
even family, not just friends.
Siswa ngicela ukufaka kule nkulumo. Wena in your opinion, is it advisable njengomuntu omusha ukuthi ngibe umngani nomuntu and then siqale stealing ngemali?
Sanibona igama lami uZeni wakathusi. Ngicabanga ukuthi kunjengoba uBut Thomas eshilo ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi nikhulume eqala, nibe nevision eqala, common goal ukuthi iplan lethu yini. I think mhla isifika imali nizokwazi ukuthi ikhumbule ukuthi iplan lalithelithe because imali iyahlanyisa mhlambe yafika omunye usethi mhlambe sithenge iPorsche sithenge ini uthola ukuthi izinto eziningi angazenze. So i direction yokuthi niyapi I think iyebalekile.
That's a very interesting take, because we've got Jabulile also saying the sooner you learn to differentiate between a friend and someone you know, the sooner you'll stop calling people fake friends and snakes. Not everyone owes you love and loyalty. Know your place in people's lives and act accordingly. Nowadays, we really don't have friends, but people we know, and we always confuse that with friendship and end up being betrayed. Thomas, likes on Instagram. Are those your friends? How do you differentiate between the people that are just bakurata, they are not really your friends?
I think nowadays we're casino umuntu mayemngani wakho. Yeah, we're not stupid as people. Now kunomuntu ofuna ukuthi abe umngani wakho. That's not yet your friend. Umuntu ongafisi ukuthi abe umngani wakho. Kunomunye umuntu omngani wakho. Like umngani wakho noma ngakusendelanga i-Christmas message. Uyazi umngani wakho mfethu. Uzohlangana kusasa or just after Christmas or next. So if your friendship hangs in the balance of ama likes,
but is and I think that's what this person is saying, Ujablile, is betrayal then self-inflicted, or is betrayal a real thing in friendships?
No, it's real. Kakhulu. It's like umuntu momsiza mama kamngani wakho, they don't value your help as much as umuntu ongamazi. Mangasiza umelody manje. Ngaba uHlutman for the rest of his life, he'd be like, yo Thomas, kodwa mangikhule naye ngamsiza, he'd be like, anyway, it was supposed to happen, bekufana la ngisize. So it's very much easier to betray your friend than umuntu ongamazi, ngoba ngiyakusaba mangakwazi ngizothi hey maybe kusasa uyozobe phethe imali and imali yabo, but when it's friends, you know his weaknesses, uyazi ukuthi uzombuyela kanjani futhi.
But also without forgetting that sometimes friendships also is reciprocal. Even though we can actually pretend that it's not reciprocity, there is no something. And the friendship be genuine on that nature. Gift gift and then next time go and also chalete then overly anger. Why understand? So I think we also need to be careful to spirit says reciprocity or whether unale chalete, whether because batho ba bang ba fika di material things, they are not material, they are time ye batlang go wena, they are time o khona go ba founela boshigo ka 12 olla and then they can speak to you. And mara hona le batho ba ileng gore bona mo ba fika ba flasha dilo tse di bonang ke man le man, material things, and then you value them more than other people. And I remember a situation in my case, I lost a sister and I was in the UK and I had two friends. One came and slept with me for the whole week. I was a student. And because I'm alone in the UK, no family, no relative, nothing, no friends. And then one, the pounds, and then a devalue,
you see. But is it because
exactly. This is very wrong. For what they contribute into our lives, not and
authentically so. That's their truth, not because they are buying something.
Exactly.
I want to ask a simple question before I just bring you in, my brother. My question is, should friendship be taught in schools? Should the standards and values and systems of umngani bufundiswa esikoleni?
I think because of peer pressure, it's important to what is bad friendship and what is good friendship. Because when pressure ya the peers, and sometimes bana ba the choices, and I think whole level most sutung mosicho sabatu babanzo. Are so called friendship. Kauru utsoga unale extended family. Extended family because redula ka di compound sometimes these are your immediate first friends apart from your biological siblings, and then ngwana santse kuki o tla ba khomogotsi wa ma ka go redula really for le mma le papa o tla ba santse kuki wa aishiwe intentionally to a particular place gore a ye go bonda. So I think le rena ntse re la tlhagalelwa ke setso sa rena, but that's what we do.
Does that not then make us rona batho ba ntse gore take a friendship for granted? Because we've always had extended family
relationship ya bumadi.
And it also then reminds us about something we want to speak about before we are from the ad break, which we're talking about how do we recover from when things go wrong in friendship?
Yep.
How do we sign if uba sibiza uma azosiza ukuthi sponsane, or do we say hayi kuyafana lo anginandaba naye? Kodwa yazini bese after the break ad break sizoqhubeka nale ndaba. Siyajabula ukuthi usasekhona la ku-Daily Thetha ku-SABC 1 sisahleli nathi lokho siyakhuluma siyafunda lokho siyaphambili njengabantu abasha basemzansi. But kule nkulumo ngicela uku-invite uAndile from eKatlong K1 eKaslamakase eKaslami. Andile, welcome to Daily Thetha. Unjani bhuti?
Hello, Andile. Andile data.
Boza khuluma bafu ungabi namahloni.
No, it's fine. We'll come back.
Okay, so we're ended.
Yeah.
So I think to bring it back, I mean, we spoke about something very important, but I want to bring it back to Thomas before we welcome our two gentlemen. Okay, actually, let's start with welcoming the two gentlemen, which is, of course, Ukaya, who has a phenomenal story that we have seen as an activist when it comes to Fees Must Fall. And when, in terms of your story, everyone knows your name, but today they get to see your face. But hamba ne best friend yakho, impinji imponcho, bashana amasheta meshayo ukanyiso. Well,
what is my best friend?
Hi, answer my best friend. Are you guys best friends?
Brotherhood. Yeah.
They
Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. Prophet, welcome to the show. So, but Thomas, just to quickly take it from you, is it okay ukuthi ngiqasha abangani bami ukuthi bazosebenza nami bazongisebenzela in the correct term?
Yeah, mabane skill. Yabo, if they don't have enough skill bazohlupha wena and then uzobaxosha at the end of the day. So kufanele umkhethe vele umngani based on the level of skill. Now I'm sure njengoba bagqoke namashirt ameshayo, iskill naso siyamesha. Azona impahla phela uyangithola. Because then one deficit then uzobona kahle ukuthi ngikhathwa umngani wami and it's going to be harder for you to carry on with your business. But definitely umngani wakho makane skill or even potential, then definitely I'd say go for it.
I've had to deregister a friend from a business because I look at taxi high as a lookisi. But I feel like I did it the wrong way because I really just cut her off. How then do you fire a friend? What type of conversation are you having with them?
The way I see it, man kethi ukwenza something, you must always give each other enough chances.
Yeah.
At least 2-3 chances. Ngoba we all not perfect. Asizalwanga sinama trust fund, asizalwanga sinama business mentors, sinama financial advisors. So we must give each other a leeway yokwenza ama mistake. So uyafunda okokuqala, okwesibili mhlawumbe uhlulwe isimo. But on the third chance usuke ungasafunike. You know, if you mess up 3 times, you know, and I think man nente grand and you're really working hard on it. So if you've done more good than bad in your relationship, try rather to fight for it than to throw it away. So you're allowed to fight, but try to make sure that the good you did outweighs the bad that comes from it.
Very interesting.
But it sounds like there's jealousy that also comes with that. Ends up feeling like you're trying to steal the spotlight by always correcting him. Does that not create room?
I want us to come back to it because I think that they probably have an even bigger story in terms of jealousy because, I mean, we want to come back to the story about, you know, being imprisoned, having friends coming to visit. But I'd like to hear Nkanyiso. Sheba Kaya. Who is he?
Yeah, who am I?
I think to me, when we speak about friendship, we have to focus on another cosmology of which is brotherhood, as he has already alluded to that. Also with the drive of bit of humanity. So to me, Kanya is a brother, is a friend, is everything to me. Because everything that we do, we sit together, we chill together, we do everything together. So whatever moments that we share together, heroic moment, to me, that's very important because it's reflective of our relationship without having any form of expectations thereof.
And I mean, your story is quite amazing. When you were going through the trial for If Fees Must Fall, and no one was visiting in prison at the time. And once or twice a month, which then started showing his commitment to your cause, but
he actually came more than once.
Really, more than once.
So like it's when was it, over a year ago?
Yeah, since 2018, 19.
Yeah, he's been actually consistently visiting me.
How did it make you feel?
Honestly speaking, I was truly grateful. You don't understand, man, because on the topic of friendship, a lot of my friends were not able to come and see me in prison.
Okay, how did you get arrested? Let's slow it down a bit. Context. Sure.
Yeah. So I was involved within the Fees Must Fall movement, and then on the day that we protested, let's just say things got out of hand. And then the following day after that, I was on VITS, the premises of VITS. That's where they actually were able to then arrest me. And then subsequently to that, they took me to Hillbrook Police Station, and then everything just went downhill from there. Where we met while I was at Medium B. Actually, that's the first time he came to me. I still remember the day he came along with another friend of his, Chairman. And then afterwards, since there, man, he's brought me books, he's brought me emails from other people for me to read.
Can I come in there? The first time you meet him, what are you thinking about him? What's the first thing that comes into your head?
Honestly, I was not in a space to be willing or wanting to meet people.
New people.
Honestly speaking, I was just comfortable with my family because of everything that was happening around the whole entire scenario in itself. And then when Unganyiso came through, not only did I realize, and he also realized, that we actually have a lot in common in terms of the movement in itself, but we actually have a lot in common in terms of our views and how we actually engage life in itself. So I agree with Professor when they say that a friend is a fellow traveler, because that's how we actually clicked and connected within that short space of time where we met each other. And so, yeah, since then, man, it's just been...
But I guess mhlambe abazange bafike police station laba abazange bafone in the time you were in prison. What were those your comrades? Did they stick with you abanye, and did others fall away?
Look, the one thing that I appreciate in life is that at the end of the day we have to be real in terms of how we actually view and see one another. You understand? So not everyone will show support in the same way. You understand? Due to your relationship with that person. It doesn't necessarily mean that they don't feel anything. You understand? So now I understood that some of them might not be able to make it, never mind the financial reasons behind it, but then because of where we are and how we see each other, you understand? I mean, we've already classed it out. You have acquaintances, so...
Yeah, just to add on his point, I mean, there was even silence, you know. I remember Kanya is in prison, 8 years into prison. Fees Must Fall happened, and everyone is just moving along. It's fine.
Like nothing
happened.
You
know, on social media, no one is making noise about it. You know, it became a concern even to me. So that is why whenever we're doing the campaigns, because they even went globally, I mean, we had solidarity everywhere across the world. So you could see people are very dismissive to the case. Once you mention that there's someone who's serving 8 years into prison, but who's that person, you know? So there was no enthused to do a follow-up on all the Fees Must Fall cases that had happened. So I do believe that. So that's when friendship comes into play. Also, the brotherhood that we're talking about, that is led by a conviction and consciousness that, no, man, this is an injustice and we have to resolve it expeditiously.
You speak about conviction and injustice. Do you understand the phenomenon, trauma bonding?
Yes, I understand.
I just want to get an understanding. Is it something that was at play, Mona?
Yes, to me and Kanya, it became something like that. I mean, I even myself, I became emotional about everything whenever we're dealing with his case. So that is why all the time I was making sure that I do consultation almost every day.
Why were you emotional, Nkanyiso?
To me, it's because I could see that this was an injustice. Okay, the man has been sentenced to 8 years into prison, but when you look into his case, I mean, all the due procedures were not followed. So one thing that we made sure, and I was constantly reminding Advocate Themba Toby and our attorney that, guys, when are we getting a court date? When are we getting because I just wanted him to be out of prison. Like, as in like tomorrow. So
sorry, Melody. I just want to ask this. Is it because you were missing your friend? Is it only because of it was an injustice? Would you have done it for if it was Thomas?
Yes.
Who was behind bars? Would you have done the same thing?
As Kanya has already said, there was a common thing. We're all both part of Fees Must Fall. So there was also that. No, man, he's the only one in prison. No one else is in. And when I went to Leukop, checking the conditions in prison, on how he was living there, I was very concerned, even about his life. We don't know if he's going to leave next, because there's a lot that happens in prison.
That's because we met there, as you said, trauma, what did you call it?
Trauma bonding.
Trauma bonding. Yes. Trauma bonding.
Which makes me want to ask, at some point, did you feel like he felt sorry for you? Like, and it's because it's a pride, it's about it.
Yeah.
So did you feel it?
Yeah, I definitely felt that. And honestly speaking, I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, so I don't think we should deprive ourselves from actually feeling certain emotions. I mean, that is your friend, you understand? Or that is someone who you are forming a relationship with. You are bound to feel a certain type of way should they be going through a certain type of situation. So, and I actually appreciate the fact that we, even through life, man, we meet at different moments and at different times and at different situations. So that's how we met. You know, you may call it trauma bonding, but I actually see it as like one of those type of situations where I had someone coming when no one else was.
Oh, sure. That's very interesting. That's beautiful. Let's go romance.
Bromance.
Yeah,
we're going to take a quick ad break, but I would like to really ask Ukaya, when he was then in prison, was there ever any interest to make new friends from the inside? Because sometimes we can say, these people are sebatubaka, but you know friendships can bloom from anywhere. Do stay with us after the break. Welcome back to Daily Thetha. Now, so obviously we all do want to have positive experiences when it comes to our friendship. But I think just dialing it back to the conversation we had before we went through an ad break, Professor, this trauma bonding, Rona as Batobantu, often we're told somebody because you've come up together. But we often find they curate the friendships. CEO, that means that it's a good network. How do we actually explain this trauma bonding and how can we spin it to positivity?
I think the phenomenon of trauma bonding for us as Black people, it's valid.
Okay.
It's valid because of our history of colonization, of slavery, of apartheid, and neo-apartheid now. And you cannot even run away from it. It's what makes us people.
We are.
Because we have been relegated to outside humanity, let me put it. And that's what those experiences, colonialism and all of this did. And this is why it's important, we stick together for many, and I think I was listening to somebody by exile. I now, when we were in exile, I know who my friends were. But now that we are in this country, I'm not sure who my friends are. I don't trust people.
And
now.
you said an important
out of
opportunists.
Yes. Opportunist batla ke bo mabina go solwa ka spedi. Go batla go la go jiwa. And then banya ka go bina go solwa fela. And then so yona ntho ya go re be together through the thick and thin. And it's important. Because our sufferings has to fail. Our illusion my suffering has actually
come to an end.
And because Black suffering continues.
Before we go that side, Melody. But look, Papa, is there a problem just so that I can benefit from the social networks?
I don't think okay, come on, Bongsini, Bagamavuso is bongo. Kahle mina friendship kahle ngibona lapho kunye right lapho kunye is right.
Okay.
Ngoba manje uzothola umngane omunye uzothi asambe esontweni omunye uzothi asambe sobushaya awento ezinjalo. So mina ngibona ukuthi ngokuyangami esayidini lami umngani is your friend in like when there's a dark friends are few like angazi ngibeke kanjani.
Ngikhetha kanjani wena umngani?
Umngani mina ngimkhetha ngokuthi ngiyaqala ngempeka aqala ukuthi okay uphila kanje na kanje. Okay mina ngingumrapper ne. Yasho ngiyacula. So if
uzofaka lapha ema channelini
uzofaka lapha ukuthi so perform so shaya or ukuthi my so shine into zakhona abovosho ngithola. Singayi.
Uyamkhetha loyo.
Ngiyamkhetha.
Lo wasesontweni
but lo wasesontweni ngizomkhetha but angeke ngimkhethe yona.
Hayi, Nicolette. Bese kushota kancane uthi uba fa rap uyambona lokhu uyayingena. So, just to also bring it back home, Ganyane, I mean, I have one of our guests, and I mean, you have a bit of a medical condition, right? And that brought challenges to find friends and how you picked your friends. Tell me about your experiences when it came to friendship and your selection.
How's it? Firstly, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So let me put it to you like this. So I was born with a condition called Asperger's syndrome. It's on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah.
And it basically inhibits some of your social abilities. So I can be a bit more impulsive than the average human being. And also I have a few concentration problems. However, so when I first went into mainstream school, to King David High School, Linksfield, in grade 4, I had trouble mingling my way around the people because, unfortunately, in a Jewish school, in a white Jewish school, people are very cliquey when it comes to friends. However, when I came to grade 5, one of my teachers came to me and said, Dov, you look alone. Why don't you go to these boys? They sit normally at the back of the classrooms there. So I went there, and turns out these boys are just like me. They're what they call a bunch of misfits who aren't that popular.
Yeah.
And we bonded. We really did bond. But what was really a game changer for me was in 2013, unfortunately, my father was tragically killed in a house robbery, which I witnessed.
Yeah.
And one of the most memorable things I have of that year, well, there's two things. Firstly, one of my friends was telling me that day at my father's funeral, all those boys who I spoke about earlier, they climbed into the car and they all just came to the funeral. It was a car packed full of these boys. And another experience I had is at the end of the year, I went on a Jewish summer camp. And unfortunately, one of the laws of mourning in Judaism is that you can't go to movies, you can't party or listen to music. And on the last night of that summer camp, there was a music festival inside the dining room where people would dance, sing, they'd link arms and sing very emotional songs. And I was sitting on top of the hill outside the dining room just looking at this, and I was feeling a bit alone. And all of a sudden, my whole group, not just the boys, but everyone in my grade from school, they all come out and they form a circle around me and they give me my own little music session.
Oh,
that's I think that's amazing. That's amazing.
I think I like what he's saying, and I think it's something that I want to pose to you, Kaya. Is there, if I don't come to visit you in prison for my specific reasons, maybe trauma myself, does that make me less of a friend compared to Nkanyiso who came so many times?
Not even.
Yeah.
So that's actually something else that I also at first battled with. Because I mean, you definitely feel betrayed, let's not lie, or you feel like let down should you be going through something, and then you definitely do have a certain expectation to see certain individuals who you've identified as friends to actually be there for you, even if they don't know what to say, but their physical presence will literally make a difference, you understand? But now at the same time, I came to understand that even if that does not happen, it's all about how we define friendship. You understand? I mean, if this is a traveling person, then obviously friendship, that means it's a lifetime thing. You understand? And because everything has a time and a sequence and a place, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you are not here now,
it means you're not a friend.
That you are not a friend anymore. You understand? Maybe you have shifted from that level or from that energy and you are somewhere else dealing with your own things, you understand? Doesn't necessarily mean that, and which is why therefore people also step in, you understand? Because we then meet other people as well and form other friendships as well.
Okay. So maybe a question I'll just say, just to take you back into the experience of being in prison, Nguti, when you started meeting people and Bapagat, how did you pick your friends in that time?
Oh, it's difficult, man. It was difficult because at the same time, and they always watch your show, by the way. So anyway,
they probably watch it.
So it's difficult because you're in an environment where it's not easy to trust, you know. And at the same time, even when he comes, certain things I can't tell because at the same time I have to also be considerate of how he might be responsive of that. You understand? So now you're in an environment where you can't really select friendship that easily, but it formulates either way, man, because We are social beings.
I get you.
We have to close off because, you know, at time, I get it.
Yeah.
Just a yes or a no. You said in the beginning that Kaya is your everything. Can he possibly be your everything? I want a yes or a no answer.
Yes.
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 Sure.
And literally...
I hope that doesn't scare him.
And I literally probably have 30 seconds.
Yes.
Jealousy. How do we work against jealousy amongst friends as quickly as we can?
You must make sure that you are as dope as you are.
Yes.
And then your friend must be as dope as he can be.
Yes.
So it's like a soccer team.
Yeah.
Ulocha kamsabi or Rukatsanda kamsabi umatoch. He wants him to do well. Because if he does well, it means we all do well.
Sure.
But if you're sitting on the bench because you're not as good, you won't want him to do well.
Sure. Well, and look, today, and I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and we're good friends. So, bye, guys.